Do it again. Do the no look. Do the no look. Do it. Boom. That just happened. So,
what if I missed the ball, though? I wasn't sure where the ball
no, you
was.
did very well there, man. So this has been like a test of my willpower not chowing these potatoes that are sitting right in front of me, perfectly salted, perfectly dressed, absolutely amazing fried potatoes that we made a little bit earlier. So now let's fast forward, okay, because you made far too many because you got so excited at this amazing process. Now you're starting the following day. It's Boxing Day, the cricket's about to come on, you want to chill, you want a good breakfast, fortify yourself. Did you know that you could turn this humble potato into a frittata, just to add some shallots maybe, and we're going to create the perfect breakfast. I suppose you don't have to have it for breakfast. You can have it whenever you want.
You can absolutely have it whenever you want, but I really like this for breakfast because by now, I mean, on Boxing Day, you probably got a whole lot of leftover meats, the potatoes, and the good thing about a frittata, it literally, you can add anything to it.
Some gammon?
Some gammon, some roast beef, some leg of lamb that's left over, some roast veggies can go in there, whatever you've got left over from the day. So I've got some onions in there, or well, shallots. You can use whatever, and you can use spring onion, you can use leeks as well. Spring onion might work better because when you use shallots or onions or leeks, you have to cook them down. Spring onions, you don't have to.
Okay.
And especially because it's the day after Christmas. You don't want to be in the kitchen like forever.
For sure.
No, never. So a little bit of salt went into the shallots, a little bit of salt goes into the eggs. And what we're going to do now is just give it a good whisk. Then, cold potatoes, I want to bring them back to life. They're not cold, they're still warm. But imagine they are cold now, and they've come out the fridge. There's enough oil or fat on the outside of these. I don't need to add extra oil. There's enough in there.
Cool.
All I'm going to do is add it to the pan, and it's going to re-crisp.
Ooh.
And it works so well. This is actually a proper like Spanish traditional recipe, frittatas, and they use potatoes. And I understand why. There's the texture thing between the potatoes and the onions. It's so delicious. Don't burn.
Yeah, for sure. And with the egg, it's going to be a beautiful crunch.
Absolutely.
Like a nice sounding board for the
get this heat back on there. And all you're going to do, and it's so simple.
And you don't have to do this on like 50 mini pans. You could do it on one big
I
pan
want it to be like cool. and make a little individual frittata. Okay.
No, I appreciate it, man.
Your egg goes in. And it's so...
Now this is the thing. How much egg to... Okay, so you've got quite a bit... It's quite thick, eh? It's got quite a thick width.
So another great thing about this is I'm doing the individual one. But if you've got, I mean, your whole family and it's 4 of you at home, you can use a big pan and like completely cover all the potatoes, like the onions, whatever you've got, and you pour in your egg, and you can literally do a family-sized one. And you can, also, frittatas like quiche, best at room temperature. So don't stress about it. You can make it earlier, and then when it's lunchtime, pop it in the oven quickly to get a little...
And as people wake up, you know, and everyone's staggering their wake up, and they greet the day because there's no alarm clock because you're on holiday. When they walk in, they're like, what's that smell? And you're like,
what's that smell?
Here we go. There's a frittata.
So as you can see, it started to set around the sides. This is a trick that I use to get extra texture in it. I start just pulling it away.
Okay.
And then letting the runny egg fill the space. Then you get these like layers of egg. Okay. And it almost, it looks like, you keep on doing it, it looks like a rose in the end. Which is so, like,
it's pretty,
It's pretty. We do pretty food. And you can see that. And then, like I said, a few more minutes.
And what sort of a temperature are you rocking there?
This is a medium heat.
Not too high, presumably. Yeah.
It's a medium heat. And the more you do this, you can see I'm getting those layers now.
That looks beautiful, yeah.
And you keep on going. It's the most beautiful frittata. Look at that. It's coming together so nicely. The potatoes absorb a little bit of that egg and the onion flavor. They come back to life. They go crispy. They go delicious. And that is the perfect way to heat up a frittata. I mean, heat up your leftover potato. If you have an air fryer, and you know we are team air fryer on this show.
For sure.
Air fryers are the most amazing kitchen appliances.
Could you do this all in an air fryer? Just...
Well, yes, you could. You wouldn't get the same color on it, but you would. But what's really great is if you have these extremely cold the next morning, pop it in the air fryer, the crust gets even more intense.
So that would have been like the 5th time that we've cooked these potatoes.
You know what? Cook it as many times as you like.
As you can, really.
But what do you think about this frittata?
It looks gorgeous, man.
And you see
I'm going to call it
a
frittata rose because you've given it such a beautiful look and feel. I mean, that's how you want to start because obviously after Christmas Day, you're going to have stretched your stomach because you've eaten so much. So you're going to need to start the day with a hearty meal.
Absolutely.
Something beautiful. And I love the fact that we've taken something that has a particular flavor profile and we've kind of flipped it on its head completely, created a beautiful breakfast. I mean, as I said, you don't have to have this for breakfast. You can have it for...
any time of the day.
You know, whenever you want, whenever you wake up, basically.
Exactly. So we spoke about the malt vinegar, which is absolutely amazing. It's a little more caramelized than normal vinegar.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just got a bit more depth to the flavor. It's not just all acid.
It's not just all acid. And then, like I said, the little bit of garlic salt just amplifies the potatoes so much. And that's amazing. And then I mean, Willie's mayos. If you've never tried the truffle mayonnaise from Willie's, try it with this. I'm telling you, that's all you need for
fancy
Christmas.
though, eh?
That's all you need for Christmas.
Fancy. And that's festive flavors.
Yeah.
A bit of truffle is festive flavor, man. And I'm still maintaining then for the afternoon session of the test match, then, because it's Boxing Day cricket again, which is cool, and a bit of Boxing Day rugby even, then you have them cold with lots of vinegar and some salt.
Oh.
Get out of here.
Happiness is a
here.
well-cooked potato. Okay, there we go. What do you think?
Buddy,
that was?
you've smashed it. You've absolutely smashed it. I think potato has been the hero today. I'm so hungry right now. I cannot tell you. I cannot wait for my festive feast. So hopefully you've got it there. We've got our festive side and you've got the morning after. Chef Clem, you're a genius, man.
Thank you, thank you.
Perfect potatoes.